Hello everybody, this is Atomic Zero signing back on, and welcome to my first video, hopefully, of a lot of videos of my multiplayer replays for Third Age Total War. This is a huge one, if you couldn't tell. This is Minas Tirith, and this was going to be a 5v3, however it turned into a 4v3 due to some internet connectivity issues, but for that player, we're just going to let him go by the wayside and not have to mention him. So, this is an extremely long one. I would pause to do some army comps, but I'm just going to let this run as we go over them. So this is the first army connected by Ahmed, Mordor army. I think there's multiple of them. He has a few orc raiders. There's at least 4 of these infantry. These are nice heavy infantry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got some spearmen, real good against armor, real good at holding some choke points. He makes out the majority of his units, with the rest of that has a bit of some, are these Snaga archers? No, Uruk or Orc archers. Just, you always need to have some skirmish, some whittle down, and to cap it all off, he has his troll catapult. Oh, gotta love the troll catapult, and this might even be his. No, this is just his troll catapult. Love these guys. Not only do you get catapults out of them, they also double as a troll unit once they're all depleted. Our next army over here, connected by HawkFan96. This is not a Herod one, but this is a Southern Warband. We got some spearmen, got some, what do we have here? Heavy infantry, more spearmen, heavy cav. Oh, this heavy cav. He does great with these little heavy calves. Cavalry in this little matchup does become a little real fun at the end. A bunch of heavy archers, not heavy archers, regular archers. And then, let's see, what else does he have? More spearmen. These are his siege towers. Gotta love them. Well crafted. Spearmen, light infantry. As you can see, my team starting to harass. I'm going to skip that one player, go over here to a Rune army. Love Rune armies. I love the gold armor. I mean, they're probably one of the prettiest factions in the game. It's unfortunate they're an evil faction, and of course we all know evil factions just do not do well. You know what, we're going to pause it real quick because we're all going to miss some of this harassing action. So we're going to have some dismounted Vargs. Another little missile unit. Nice bows there. More of the heavy infantry of the Golden Army. Let's see, I know he has plenty of cav, because unfortunately I know he has plenty of cav. Oh, he has some ballistas. Those come into play for a quick, fun moment of this replay. I can tell you that much myself. And his heavy cav. I can tell you one thing. Oh, I apologize. This is commanded by Lord Larmay. I think I'm saying that right. His heavy cav, or what he does with this heavy cav in this game, I was on the receiving end of it, and I still loved it, so you have to love it. Got some more spearmen. A siege battle is nothing without some spearmen. And then finally some more missile units. So, Lok Narim, if you will. Nice missile units, and he makes good use of those. And our final army over here, making its way to the walls. This is another and final Mordor army. This is commanded by Orc Gold. Let's see, he has some Oleg High. These are troll units, but not only are they troll units, they are a heavy troll unit, so they have tons of armor. So they're even tougher. Just when you think trolls can't get any worse, they come with massive, big armor now. You got some Orc Halberds, more spearmen, more of the same. And you gotta love, I love the dust clouds. I mean, seeing all the troops march, seeing all the dirt kick up, really makes this, it'll really get you into the scene of the battle. What this really might feel like if you were in Minas Tirith looking down at all the roaming evil bands trying to take over your city. Let's see, got some more heavy infantry, and they're leaving some of their siege towers. There you go. Words are hard. Siege towers. It's the end of the weekend, so what we're going to do. And then finally, the good armies. They are now officially scattered, because of our setup with the 3 of us and the 4 other evil factions. I'm sorry if the camera jumps as we go over all these walls. It was absolutely messy at best, so it's going to be kind of hard to talk through all the unit comps, but I'll do the best I can. There's so much lag here, we just said screw it, let's just go ahead and start this. Okay, so my first teammate here up on the walls, this is I'm going to say his name's Tren. Let me make sure. Hopefully I got that right. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Got some Dunedain Rangers. He is the Kingdom of Arnor, the free people of Arnor. So we got some Dunedain Rangers lining these walls. More. Then we have my other teammate, Theoda Guy. Let's go with that. 12. He's a high elves, and what are some elves without a bunch of arrows? Yep, you have to have the arrows if you're the elves. 1 unit, 2 units. Trying to think if he makes up the units over here. Yep, 3 missile, 4 missile, and let's see, 5, 6. I know he had at least 6. The majority of his army was missile comp because it was a little interesting when we were going through and setting this up. You know, I played the dwarves, which will be a final army that I'm going to get into. So he had the high elves, and of course, you know, they're obviously our range superiority, so they did that. He made well use of his troops. My teammate Tren here, he actually went for, oh my god, tons of spears. Absolutely tons of spears. And I mean, I think at least 8 units of spears. So with that, I said, fine, if you're going to do all the spears, he's going to do all the archery, all the range superiority. He did, but I mean, I shouldn't say just that. He did bring some heavy sword. He did, I think only heavy sword. He might not. He also brought in 2 units of spears, 3 units of spears. So he has 3 units of spears, 6 arrows, and 2 heavy sword. One of the things for this battle to make it bearable for all of our PCs as well as the lag time, we did leave the bottom row of our troop comp empty just to kind of keep the numbers down a bit. So, Theo guy, he had all the range. Let's see, my teammate Tren, he had, 1 unit, 2 units of archery, of these Dunedain Rangers. And then he had, let's see, got some Arnor Men-at-Arms, got some sword units here looking glorious in their armor. Love the shields. Let's see, and then he had, like I said, 8 of these Arnor pikemen. 8 of them, count them, 8. And there's 2 there, and I think the majority of them are still up here. I mean, look at all the glorious spikes. It's a forest of spikes. So with that, we lead into my army, commanded by, of course, Atomic Zero with the funny name. I was the dwarves, and as the dwarves, I did what I did best, and I took tons and tons of heavy infantry. I have 4 units of the Dragon Slayers, 4 units of the Iron Guard, and I have 2 units of the, Guards of Khazak Doom. They are my general unit. I forget where in this ungodly maze of Minas Tirith I placed them. I have 2 Guards of Khazak Doom, 4 Dragon Slayers, 4 Iron Guard, as well as 4 units of my Dwarven Warriors, and I make out most of the infantry in this one. Okay, so we're going to let this play now, let this go. We have, of course, our Rangers and our Elves are going ape on these guys with all our range superiority. They're going to slowly move their way up onto these walls. They're trying to, the evil factions are really trying to push up these siege towers while also getting in some glorious shots with our ballistas. Let's see, and we can catch a quick round of the ballistas. The ballistas are actually real nice in siege battles, but I actually kind of prefer them on the... There you go. Well, he just shot through his own guy, but hey, it all works. I actually prefer them on the defensive end, but they do come in handy with the offensive end because they're so accurate. I mean, look at that. He had 2 volleys, and they always hit. They are extremely accurate. So he's going to get on the walls right now. He's getting on the walls over there, back over on this flip side. They're almost pushing up, they're almost on the wall, so we're going to go back over here. Of course, if we go back over here, if my mouse wasn't drunk. Okay, so they're about to climb up on these walls. I'm moving my dwarves around. We're kind of... This wasn't the best situation to be in, considering we're kind of setting up post-setup, if you will. We were so scattered around that we're just kind of running around. Wasn't the best setup, but for the interest of time, I mean, we could have went all night in setting these guys up, considering how tricky the placement issues are with all the minor little overpass, hallways, tunnels, and plus we had the unit scale on large, so having a unit scale on large was not the greatest. Or, I mean, it made even made the setup even harder is what I'm trying to actually say. So we have a small portion of troops down on this bottom floor. The original plan, and remember I say original plan, was to really not even try to hold this bottom layer, really just make a choke point out of this first hill, because it's really, once you get up into the higher tiers, tier 2, tier 3, tier 2, tier 3, and so on, there's at least 2 different ways to go. So we are hoping to really just hold this one hill to kind of hold down their army. So here we go. You have Rune coming in on the top. He's laying siege to these walls. He's taking on these high elf archers, or these I'm going to butcher this name, Eldarin archers, if you will. And I got my dwarves setting up down here to hold the choke point of if they ever try to come down. But that's going to change somewhat soon. But I was also telling here, you know, this, and I also brought the last little bit of my army is this dwarven catapult. I instructed my team, or what I was hoping to do, you'll see it in a little bit here, of actually setting up some spears in front of this catapult. I was hoping that we could hold them here and then just lay waste to their troops. So I'm setting up my shield wall here with my dwarven warriors, but I notice, I think I'm going to be going up soon, I noticed this. My buddy here is being harassed by these Lokfragrim heavy infantry, and I have troops sitting here. So you're saying, Brian, why aren't you helping your teammate out? Well, I agree with you. I eventually commit to sending these guys up, and I say eventually. But as you can see, the elves aren't, I mean, they're not slouches in melee combat, but I mean, they're being double teamed here. They're being hit on both sides. Same with these Dunedain Rangers. Like I say, the rune's getting bloody. They're still getting some arrows off, but it's not nearly as good as it could be. And now the enemy is getting up on this outer wall over here. Let's see, what's my teammate doing? He's pulling back some of his troops. They're almost deploying down. We got a catapult going off. So there's just a lot of positioning on this side going on. So we're going to come back over here where all the action's happening. Still got some arrows being shot out by these guys. They're still fighting for these walls, fighting for these walls. These walls do become important. Let's see. So they commit the rest of their troops to try to break out these rangers over here, leaving these guys with just one-sided battle. And this is hopefully, yep, here I go. As soon as I saw that, I'm going to pretend I was waiting for them to do that. As soon as I saw that, I sent my highly upgraded dwarven warriors up here to get a nice little flanking charge on these guys. We actually make pretty short work of them, but we'll capture my dwarven warriors gloriously going into here. So they're rushing their way in, absolutely decimating their line, forcing their... So with that, I'm like, okay, I'm doing great there. Let's see what else I can do. Let's see what we're doing here. So we're going to start setting up our defensive line in front of our catapults, because we knew ultimately we're going to have to give up this bottom layer. We did not have the troops, and of course the evil faction is absolutely hordes of troops, so there's no way we're actually going to be able to hold this bottom layer. So our evil faction friends are just stacking the walls with all their troops. We got some, let's see, some missiles, some archers coming up here, dismounted Vargs, I think, or Vargs, I forget the exact pronunciation. So here comes some rune swordsmen trying to come at me, I believe. He's going to try to come down here. My dwarves are more than ready for him. They're in shield wall. They're going to make short work of them. So they're in combat now. I'm going to take the rest of my warriors, set up some lines. I took my band up here that was now let loose, my ranger friends, and I'm going to slowly push back these walls. I actually broke, I believe, one of those units. And we're just going to slowly push them back, Get off my walls, I hate you. Get off my walls. Okay, grumpy old man. He's got some of his cav up here getting shelter from the walls. That's one nice thing. But love this technique. Use it a lot. Let's see. You get your archers down here when your enemy's up on the wall. You hold them up on the wall, and now you have this nice killing field up here. And they're just going to get peppered from the side, from the flank. Absolutely great move on my teammates' part. So I figured, you know what, we're going to have to do a lot of battling on these walls. So I bring over my last company, or another one of my companies, to give support here. And then I'm actually going to send these guys up on this wall to help fight for it. Man, these siege towers are taking their good old time, I can tell you that much. I don't know if they're glitched out or what, but my archer friends, I mean, they are getting harassed by this catapult, but, I mean, look at all the scattered bodies. Absolutely everywhere. So, they're doing a good job with that, but I think they abandoned these siege towers because obviously there's something up with them. Repositioning their arrows here, of course, I think they have a battering ram they're going to push over here, so there's that. So this is where the majority of our battling is taking place. Got my dwarves pushing up this side, taking care of that wall. That's everything for that wall. But as you can tell, there's so many reserves. I mean, look at that massive reinforcement. This is the other army. If he actually was here, this would have been such a shorter gameplay. It actually would have been horrible. So now I'm sending my Dwarven Warriors up here to take on, you know, kind of give my Elven Brethren here some help on this flank. Got some Trollmen here, some heavy infantry. They're heavy, but, you know, they're only wearing loincloths, so I don't know if you can call them real heavy, but I guess they are close. Some kind of Trollmen, if you will. So we set up our spear walls here. Oh, look how glorious they are. They're eager, they're clashing their blades. Getting pumped for the battle. My dwarves are sitting here like, yeah, we got some catapults. Just, you know, let us do our thing.
Lord, the enemy are battering down the gates.
So they've reached our gates, and with that is going to come and bring to a close a lot of this. Let's see. His high elves are they still shooting? Nope, they're stuck. They're staying up on the wall. See what they're going to do with that. I actually don't remember or recall what he was doing. I was too busy trying to micro my own guys. They might have actually even glitched out here. I mean, look at that. There's 5 of them just randomly sitting there, wondering what the heck's happening. So they're busy breaking down that wall. And while we're doing that, it's actually trying to get some ballista shots here, too. Look at that. Big arrow, big arrow, big arrow. Ooh, so close. That's the danger of the ballista. I mean, it's just so accurate. Let's watch this volley. Boom! Ooh, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 guys all on flame.
We're under attack.
Ooh, that's hard to watch. Yeah, I got one more. But I mean, that's going to take a minute. I mean, look at this. I mean, look at Minas Tirith. I mean, it is absolutely a gorgeous. I mean, look at that. The modders did such a good job with this. I mean, it actually gives you the feel. Yeah, we'll double dip this. Look at the feel. I mean, they get everything about us. And you actually, if you wanted to be a horrible person, you could actually fight on every single layer all the way up to the very top. Because the town center for this map is actually at the very tip of this tower. And you know what? If I had it my way, I always, if I'm going to play defense, I play ultra defensive. So I would shrink and shrink and shrink to every single choke point I can. Whittling down, because these battles are nothing but a source of longevity. I mean, it's just, how can we outgrind the enemy team? And you know, when you're good factions going on the defense against evil factions, it's really all you have, because they have all the numbers. You cannot say that you're going to out attack them, out kill them. The best you can do is get them to choke points, and hopefully you can whittle down enough people to make it worthwhile. So they're going to start marching in their troops. We see this, and has he moved his troops off the walls yet? Nope, they're staying there. Who knows what they're doing? So they're going to start positioning themselves inside our own walls. We're going to set up our lines. We're going to say, hey, look, we're holding this little hill here. I can say I got some of my Iron Guard here. I can tell you personally that they are very upgraded. Upgraded defense, upgraded attack. So I got my Iron Guard. They'll eventually be in shield wall, not right now though. I have all the spears. I mean, look at this. Absolutely all the spears. This is just 2 units of them. But look, I mean, I love the golden armor. Look at the shields. Look at the pikes. I mean, can you imagine running up on this hill onto them? Oh, man, it'd be like Sparta all over again. They're turning their backs. They don't even care what's going on. They're just talking to their teammates over here. So, I mean, a lot of elves are stationed right here. We got 1, 2, 3, actually might just be 2 units of on-or pikemen. I have my guys up in reserve here. I was thinking, I mean, I was under the impression that we were going to be slowly, falling back, taking choke points. So I wasn't going to commit too many units here. I was really only going to hit my 4 warrior units who have, as you can tell, just cleaned up. Look at this. They're moving all the way over here now. I have both of my units pushing out these last remaining evil troops. I destroyed these walls. I mean, it's a testament to how good the Dwarven warriors are. I mean, the dwarves are one hell of a race. I mean, if you love grinding infantry, I mean, look at this. Absolutely butchering them. They're a great beginner race. I mean, this is my very first multiplayer battle. And truth be told, I have a ton of Total War experience, mostly from single player, and then tons of YouTube watching, as all of us are. I feel like if you're going to be a Total War fan, you have to be. Where did these guys sneak down from? That's interesting. Oh, they ran around. If you can tell, they're already sprinting up. They sandwiched my troops here. We got our first clash. I actually set up some Dwarven warriors here to, do one more perimeter, one more line of defense before they hit our major troops. So I'm bringing down my Iron Guard here. Because what I saw, hey, look, they're going to try to use their catapults on our lines, which is an amazing move. I mean, that's a smart move. Look at us. I mean, we're so bunched up. It's just nothing but juicy targets. I mean, he almost takes out my catapult there. I mean, just look what he did to this line. Absolutely domesticated. Decimated that unit. I'm trying to counter, artillery him. I'm using non-fire shot because I'm hoping I can get more shots off. And if you don't use fire shot or flame shot, your shots are more accurate. Oh, he just takes out one of my catapults there. Not good. Already not starting this off well. I thought maybe if I increase my XP on all these catapults that they would shoot a little bit better, but completely being outdone by these trolls, and they have all these archers raining down death upon us. I don't know who's really being hit, but I can tell you one thing, it's not pretty. If I had to guess, I'd say it would be all these spears, but that's really going to be the main battle. I was trying to flank my Iron Guard up through here around to take out these catapults, but he disengaged his troops on this unit of warriors, and now he's trying to take out my Iron Guard. They're gonna win this battle, I mean, there's no doubt about it, but I really wish I could have snuck them over so I could have taken out these catapults. And of course, we have our ranger friends who ran out of ammo. They're helping me battle these walls, and we're slowly trying to push Mordor off these walls, holding them back, holding them back. But yeah, as you can see here, Rune's trying to prepare to run up on these walls as well. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Those were two. Oh, he killed like half a unit there. Maybe not half a unit, a quarter of a unit in that one volley. And this is really where I wish we had some kind of archer, some kind of, anything to kind of take off these catapults. They're just destroying our defense. Oh, look what they did to my dwarves. I mean, they're holding their own. They're gonna lose this battle, but they're doing what I was hoping they were gonna do, buy some time. But I killed one of their catapults, which was better. I don't know if I actually killed the other one, but oof. But it's just not a good battle. And look at this. He's putting up all his missiles on this wall, and Lord Laramie. This is a great strategy by him. I mean, look at this. You're going to take these walls where obviously we would have to commit down here to try to take them back. And you're going to have this rich killing field right into our flank. I mean, this entire hill is exposed to them right here. Amazing strategy, amazing plan. Gotta love it. My teammate here, Theo Guy, he's setting down his Elven Swordsman to kind of help me push. We're having Mordor send some orcs back up here. I mean, this is just horrible. And I'm not getting too many kills off, but I disengage my dwarves over here. I disengage one company of them, try to take out as many as I can. I put these guys in the shield wall, just to kind of get their longevity up. And plus, dwarves and shield wall, they're kind of hard to kill, especially since they have some of the highest armor in the game. So I figured, hey, they're going to be stuck there. They're going to be taking out as many people as they can. You might as well try to get them the best chance they can of it. My dwarves are breaking here, unfortunately. They've shown their true colors. They have broken in the height of battle. My Elven Brethren are going to have to hold off this choke point some more. Oh, got one of the trolls. See that? Boom. I really didn't get that much. I got a few kills with my catapult, but not nearly as many as I should have or could have. Ultimately, looking back at this, I wish I would have swapped this catapult out for a ballista, so that I actually could have taken these out so much quicker. But look at these arrows! Look at them! I mean, Rune is just doing an amazing job. Oh, he is one of the MVPs of this battle. I mean, look at all these arrows, just destroying these heavy spearmen. There's absolutely nothing they can do with that. I see this, and I'm going to try to do something about it, but it's not going to do an amazing job. So let's see, he's withdrawing his swordsmen. Let's see, look at this. I mean, look at the rush. Look at the rush. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, look at the horde. It's absolutely disgusting. So we're committing a lot of people to this. I need my horde to get a few more good hits here. So many arrows just raining down death. I actually changed my target here. I said, screw it, I'm not going to get that much for my money. If I get anything out of that volley. No. That's the problem. I definitely did not. I was not an MVP with this catapult. I really thought I could get something out of it, but you win and you lose. You know what I'm talking about. So we're going to get... Oh, I mean, these poor elves. I mean, these poor elves. That's such a devastating volley. Absolutely just destroyed them. And then they're just getting harassed to hell by these spears. I really wish we would have done something about those walls a lot sooner. I'm pushing. I'm just, like I said, I'm just using the standard shot. I think I switched over. Wow. Oh my, wow. Oh my god. That catapult, I would love to know, maybe we can see at the end of this battle, I'd love to know how many kills they got, because that is just wrong. I'm sitting in, I got some Dragon Slayers, got some Warriors, I think my Warriors regrouped, came back to the battle, got my Dragon Slayers coming up. Let's see, the evil factions are reforming, they're going to get ready to push back into our lines. The Rod, there you go, that's the faction I was trying to think. The Rods pushing forward, trying to break through the elves. Look at this, they're all eager. They're watching their men kill, or their teammates kill, all the innocent defenders. I say innocent because I'm biased. So now I'm going to start using fire shot now. Hopefully I can get some kind. I mean, look at this, because it's such a juicy field for killing. Hopefully I'm trying to get just some more, some better kills out of it. I got my Dragon Slayers trying to push up on this wall just to silence some of these archers. I mean, but there's like 3 companies of them. It would be absolutely horrible to try. And oh, look at that, I actually have some dwarves still fighting. Still trying to protect these walls. They have 47 men, and they're absolutely just killing them. I mean, those dwarves, those roving warriors on the wall, they did such an amazing job. We got some battling going up here. Oop, too far. Got my Dragon Slayers in the black armor, the beard showing. Heavy armor once again because they're dwarves. Just pushing through, killing all these archers, silencing them. That's really all I cared about. I know that those soldiers aren't going to be recoverable. Oh, he's shooting some rotten flesh at us. I didn't even notice that before in the first playthrough. That's one nice thing about the catapults, or maybe the troll catapults. They can actually shoot rotten flesh as as another shot. That rotten flesh gives you a debuff to morale. And all the troops are just breaking. Oh, and my catapult, I think, is already basically out of ammo as it is. They're going to sit there and they're going to take it. We're pulling back. Everyone's falling back behind this gate, which we knew we were eventually going to have to do. That's what I said. I knew that these Dragon Slayers weren't going to come back in, but if they're probably going to wipe out this archer unit. They're going to tie up at least 1 or 2 more units of attackers, so they're going to hold their own. I mean, look at this. Look at this. My Iron Guards, still 49 men, extremely tired. They're still eager, but look at look at the damage my dwarves did. I mean, if you want to see a testament to the dwarves, they sat here the entire time, took it right in the face. And look, I think I even still have some dwarves fighting in this mess. actually fighting? I know they're not fighting each other. Not 100% sure, but they're fighting somebody. Maybe they're all trying to get to my Iron Guard. Maybe that's what it is. But my dwarves did amazing. Did these guys die yet? No, look at that. 14 left, and they're still going strong. Not breaking, not wavering. Did I? No, I was gonna say, I didn't think I pulled these guys back. They're sandwiched now. They're not coming back, but they're gonna, take everyone they can with them. Well, they're sending everyone to kill these flayers, but I know they're gonna win. At least with one of the units. So let's see what we have going on here. So we're now being forced back to our upper levels. We're setting up defenses on the 3rd tier and on the 2nd tier, wondering what's gonna happen. So we're setting up a new line down here by the arch. We're going to get a few spear lines. We have some archers. I don't know if they actually ran out of ammo or not, but they have some elven archers, got some Arnor pikemen. They're going to be setting up shield wall here. I'm glad one thing is that we're at least getting some shade from the arrows, so that's nice. Let's see. My army might look like it's running away, but eventually it's going to go back down in there. I got 2 Iron Guards. Oh, here's one of my guards of Cossack Doom. I mean, look at the glorious armor. They can take a lot of archery or arrow fire and still not die. So they're going to go down. I think they're either going down or going up. I can't remember which. Got my Iron Guard going down. We're going to commit some troops to kind of protecting this point of attack. We got... Where are they going? I mean, look at this. He's going to come. He's going to bring them back. But we're going to be setting up our next line of defense in there. They're still going strong, but we all know what's going to happen to them. 19 and counting. Did they take out my... No? Oh, no, they did. They finally took out my dwarves. And how about my Iron Guard? Are they still going? Wow, look at that. 21 of them, and they're still fighting strong in the face of all these hordes. Look, I mean, they have absolutely just about everything in the kitchen sink. Even my catapult crew is going strong, taking on these trolls. Who cares if we're just catapult people? We don't have much armor. We have single arm axes, no shields. We're gonna go out fighting and swinging. And look at that. They have them bloodied. I mean, that's... they don't kill any of them. That still counts for something in my book. Oh, there goes my Dragon Slayers. We'll see how well they did. I know they did their work. They did their point. Looking back, should I have committed them? Probably not, but hey, you have to have fun with these battles. I mean, just look at the hordes. Look at the hordes. Cav here, all rune up top here. Everyone and their grandmothers down in here. These siege towers never went in. Okay, they actually sent over some troops to deal with these tweaked out archers, but they're going to take out some people. You know what, they're going to, they'll use their arrows well. They'll get some kills. We don't want to miss this epic push over here. There's not going to be too much that happens until the ballista gets pushed up, so we're going to fast forward this a bit. My computer's going to try not to melt. Because a lot of this is repositioning, and I'm going to try to hopefully cut out that repositioning part, because this battle was a long one. I can tell you it was a real long one. So, okay, they're thinking about it. They're wondering, okay, what do we do? They took out my catapult crew, took out basically all the defenders on the bottom tier. Okay, here comes the ballista. Okay, so let's just see. Come on, go down. There we go. Let's just see what we're dealing with here. Okay, so we have tons of pikemen. I'm sorry, there's at least 2 units of pikemen here. We got my dragon flayers and shield wall. I actually got hit by a few arrows. That's interesting. I got some Iron Guard coming down to bolster this choke point here, commit some more units. They got some missiles from the elves. Their swords. I mean, they've already committed a lot to this battle. So they have 2 units of swordsmen left, 1 archer unit left, I have 2 archer units left, and then 2 sword units left. That's going to be all she wrote for them. But we got these Arnor pikemen in shield wall formation. And look at this. They're going to try to push these ballista up, shoot into us. And we're sitting there talking in my chat for my teams. We're like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And I think it was Trent said, okay, when I say go, go. And we're like, what the hell are you talking about? What do you mean go, go? Well, you'll see what he meant by go in a second here. So they're pushing up all these units up on this hill, preparing to do the final, one of the final pushes through this gate because they know it's going to be a big battle. So they're positioning this, they're positioning. They're going to try to get a shot. I mean, ultimately, they're probably not going to get too much out, but then he said go, and this is what happened when he said go. I think basically it was, hey, everyone charge out with every possible unit you have available, and we're going to see what we can do. We're coming down here, they're going to silence this ballista, and then, look, all the elves, all the remaining elves come. My 2 dwarven units come out. Sorry for the crappy camera work. They're coming out, but they're in shield walls. They're going to be coming out real nice and slow. But they're coming out nonetheless. They're pushing out. Okay, well, the ballista's gone now. And then we're just going to keep going. And we're just going to keep pushing. Don't know if it was logical. Don't know if it's what you should do in a situation like this. But it was fun. And that, you know what? At the end of the day, you have to have fun with these battles. So look, we're charging out here. All the elves making the clash, gold on gold. Unfortunately, those arrows still claiming a lot of defenders. This is such a rich killing field here. I see my dwarves are getting in the mix. They're trying to push forward. We're going to slowly surge forward here. They're sending in the trolls. But you have to send in the trolls are great, so we're breaking up lines, breaking up defenses, but you do need to give them some support. You do have to push up some troops along with them, and as you can tell, there's more than enough troops. We also have more than a few troll units. So we're surging down, surging down. Pushing forward, pushing forward. We're going up against spears now, or halberders. Stuff that's really hard to break through, especially when they have an established line. Can't remember when it's going to happen, but I try to do a nice little thing here. Instead of trying to attack the line with my, I forget if I do it with my Dragon Slayers. I think I'm doing it with my Dragon Slayers right now. You can see my dwarves kind of surging forward here. What I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to try to push my dwarves through their spears, up through this little area on the side, just to see what I can do to break up their spear wall. So Arnor's committing his units. Everyone's committing to this one little battle right here. Dwarves surging up, as dwarves do. Got some flame arrows coming in. But then you can kind of see this nice established line of Rune. And then you have my Dragon Slayers just surging. This is one cool thing about the dwarves. If you get them up to a nice little point up through the line, they just give zero fucks and they're just going to push right through it. I mean, look at that. Pushing right through it. And then the nice little trick with them, if you want, you actually put them in shield wall when they're engaged like this, and since their priority now comes to formation, they will just move any NPC in the way or any other enemy in the way to form up in the shield wall. So I just get this massive push on the side, allowing my team to come around, break through that defensive line, and now I literally push them against this wall. So now we have some room to work with here. We broke up the line. We can get some attackers flanking around here, taking out these trolls. But unfortunately, we're still being peppered by arrows. But we're surging forward. This is going to be our next killing field. But I mean, just look what awaits us. All these units in reserve, all these trolls in reserve, and then all of this, all the cav. I mean, this cav, it's absolutely just disgusting what they had available to them. All these massive units. So once again, we pushed out this little wall here. I'm surging my Iron Guard forward now to kind of reinforce this line, maybe help push it forward. Where are my Iron Guard? Well, these guys are kind of just facing the wall, going inside the building right there. And let's see, now I've got my Iron Guard surging forward. We really just trying to break up these lines, really just kind of be a spear, tip of the spear to push through them. Because, as long as they're in a line, this is not going to work. So we're pushing forward, pushing forward. Tren's doing a good job with this pikeman, trying to do the same thing, trying to get his guys to push into this orc line, this Mordor line. And then here comes the Olog High, the armored trolls, not even caring they're running their own guys over, not stopping. They just want to get into the battle. They're just charging. I don't know how much damage they do to their own allies, but they're doing everything they can to go into these spears. I'm trying to get my Dragon Slayers to go up against the Olog High, because, Dragon Slayers against armored trolls, it just sounds cool. But they can slay dragons, they should be able to slay trolls. So they're pushing forward, pushing forward. Like I said, I hope you guys prepared for this, because this is a long one. This is an absolute long one. This is just a grind fest, really, here. We're going to do this at the 2-speed for the sake of time. We're kind of positioning up on these other tiers here, really trying to set up our choke points. My buddy Theo Guy here, he's really kind of done with his troops at this point. He might have, I think he has like one small general unit left after this point. So it really came down to me and Tren, but as Theo Guy liked to tell us during the battle, hey, I killed a bunch of guys, it's up to you guys now, I held out this bottom layer. And we do. He definitely did take a lot of people with him on this bottom layer. Him and his archers did one hell of a job harassing. So we're pushing forward. I mean, look, our battle line went from here, now it's about here. So we're surging forward. Might not have been the best thing to do, but since this is only a narrow, let's slow it down here for a second. There's only a narrow, really, battle way here and choke point, so I don't think it's too bad to push forward like this, but we are. And mix the dwarves, mix the elves, some pikemen still scattered in there. Olog High going ape. Let's speed this back up. He has this, heavy cav now running in. Maybe we'll go to 6 speed here. You can hear the clashing, the battling. Our line is really it's surging forward. I mean, we're definitely keeping this battle line as close to them as we can, but as you can see, our reserves are moving forward and our line is effectively thinning, but we're still taking a lot of people with us. They have to keep on reinforcing this line. I think they're starting to come up to the point where, like, hey, we're going to take this little battle anyway, so let's surge up some people. My guys fighting hard. Elves and, final stand of elves waiting to go into battle. Die at the blades of evil. And look, I think this archer's finally lost all their arrows. I think we killed one of the enemy generals right there. I want to say it's probably the first Mordor general from Ahmed here. At least I think that's who that was. I don't know about this last remaining unit, if all the units are committed. Nope, obviously not. He has some reserves coming up. We're still surging forward. We're back up to 2 speed here. This was such a fun battle. I mean, I absolutely enjoyed this. I was hoping to, I was a big fanboy, so I was hoping to get my, first multiplayer battle to hopefully be Helm's Deep, because it is absolutely, I know it's not completely accurate to the literature, definitely not accurate to the books, but it was still probably one of my all-time favorite cinematic, moments in, that I've ever seen. So I go back and watch that all the time, have it on Blu-ray. I mean, it's absolutely, junky Saturday afternoon, really binge watching my Lord of the Rings. But this was a great welcome, because, that was probably going to be a, 3-on-5, or no, not even 3-on-3. It's a 2-on-3 rather at Helm's Deep, which would have been fitting, but this 3-on-4 was, was insane. I mean, it went all night, or at least felt like it went all night. Then they have the Golden Army of Rune really pushing forward, really, securing these lines. The elves have finally committed their last bit of swordsmen. My 2 units here, my Dragon Slayers and my Iron Guard pushing in. We're just taking whatever we can with us. We know that, look at this. I mean, we only killed 37 of them and 48 of us. Not the balance of power you want to be at. Definitely not. Especially with having, it does factor in with this other army over here too. Maybe it's not a true depiction of the percentage of enemies killed, but it's still not where you want to be. You do not want to lose half your, you always want it to be the flip side, especially with defenders, since we start out with so many fewer units. And we could have been smarter about this defense. I mean, if we really wanted to make this go absolutely all night, we could have really shrunk back to very, very, very few choke points. Just kept on shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, forcing our opponents to grind, grind, and grind as they go. Let's see, I might actually just clip this going in, because there's only really one outcome here. We're slowly, we got some pikemen up here holding the line for now. I believe I tell them to move back, so we're gonna move back behind this tunnel right here, shrink back. We might actually move back further. We have another line of defense up here on tier 3. If I can get, whoa, okay, hold on, let me figure this out. I'm up top, I'm too far up top. Where am I going? Where am I going? Here I am, okay. That was weird, don't forget about that. Okay, zooming in is kind of our friend. Okay, here's our tier 3. So he has some guys, we have some dismounted Dunedain Knights up here. Because, as soon as you get to the second level, they can come up this hill or they can go around this tunnel. So we're going to try to hold, prepare to hold both of them. I believe I'm going to have some of my dwarves coming in here to hold off that choke point. I think we ultimately decide to pull back to this choke point. Having the hill advantage is a major bonus. But the battle for this bottom hill rages on. I mean, think about it. We're already like 46 minutes into this, and we're not even close to being done. Absolutely not even close. But we're still pushing. I mean, we're not going down easy. I mean, we definitely lost half our men already. We've increased, we moved the balance of power, not anywhere probably even better in our favor, but we're still kicking a lot of people out.
Almost certain.
Yeah. My advisor kept on saying that throughout the battle. I just kept on screaming, yeah, I know, but we're trying this anyway. We're not going to stop. So, Tren is going to start taking on some dismounted Serpent Guard. There's 2 remaining pikemen here. These guys are going to kind of run up to this next point. They're trying to run up to tier 2. Tren's going to be putting his pikemen in this choke point, holding them back. Let's see, you got all these armor men-at-arms, armor pikemen. Got some Iron Guard going down, help hold the choke point. Got a Hawksman pushing his dismounted Serpent Guard up. He did a lot of work in this as well. But this is really what we should have been doing with our first line, as opposed to, sending them on to their death. Forcing them on into glory, into the history books, but it was a lot of fun, and without it, this battle would have gone on for probably 4 hours. So the evil factions are slowly trying to push up their troops, slowly reinforcing their lines. They still have God knows how many more archers coming in, taking out these pikemen. They just had so many archers. There's just so many men. We're already down. We're below half. They're not even at half yet. Got my pikemen coming in. Got my Iron Guard coming in. They're going to start pushing through. I have my troops setting up on this third wall up here. Now, this is really what I wanted to do. This would have been my strategy. Massive choke point. But even in this sense, you really would prefer to having your troops on this side of the tunnel, because they would be forced to push you through the tunnel. This way they can actually use all their brunt force to push out of the tunnel. So it's a little nitpicky thing, but it's something that you should do, especially with this kind of dirt here doesn't really provide any cover from archers or anything else. But so this is really turning to be our next choke point. We're deciding to fight. We have this here, and then this is the other way, kind of the back door up. We're ultimately going to be holding these 2 fronts. Got my Iron Guard and shield formation, armor pikemen, holding back these dismounted Serpent Guards. Let's zoom in here. Watch this epic clash. This, camera work, not the greatest, but it's there. All the dust moving up in the wind as these armored pikemen fight for their country, fight for their land, fight for their lives. Iron Guard, reinforcing the line, pushing them up. These are just remaining dwarven warriors that came back from breaking. I sent them in just so that they could have some kind of effect on this battle. They're not gonna do much ultimately anyway, so why not use them? There's gonna come a grind fest out of here. The pikemen have been vanquished. They're running their troops up as quickly as they can around. Hawkfan is sending his Herod units up and around. Mordor is going to be trying to push through or help his teammate force through use their weight to force through this choke point. As you can tell, is just massive killing field. Let's get back in there if we can. Come on, people. Camera work. Okay. As you can see within here, pikemen holding the line. Got some dismounted serpent guard. Got some orcs or yerks, whatever you want to call them. They're sitting there. They're trying to force their way in, trying to be the backbone of this front. Let's see what's happening here. Still holding my end. Got some dragon slayers. Not really sure what they're doing, but they're marching. There's 3 of them. They're marching. He's retreating his pikemen. Let's see. Herod's going to be running their way around. They're trying to come up here. He's going to set his pikemen up on this choke point. Going to have the hill advantage, which is really a good strategy. You really want to have this hill advantage. Really good for your units for pushing as well as for defense. I'm holding this choke point. But then, the forces of evil marching up through all the slain bodies, this ginormous killing field, with all their reserves still intact. Look at these walls, absolutely decimated. All these bodies, elves, human, orc, dwarf, absolutely scattered everywhere. And he got, where all the action happened. All the bodies, all the armor, and the force of evil just marching over their bodies. Got some more Olog-hai repositioning. They're going to try to push their way through here. They're just sending more units up, throwing them against the wall. But you can see, we're not really losing. Obviously we're losing, but we're not going to be losing this choke point anytime soon. It's always hard to push into a wall, especially a spear wall and dwarven shield wall. He's going to put some more swords down there. I'm going to commit these dragon slayers down here as well. So that's going to be a really hard gate to hold. Eventually he's also going to commit his pikemen down as well. But he's going to commit his pikemen down on this choke point, this hill over here. Let's see, does he commit them yet? No. They've got some heavy cav. He's threatening with. He's going to retreat them back. Obviously, cav and pikes do not mix. That is a rock paper scissors battle that the pikes are always going to win. Ugh, I love this map, but it is absolutely bonkers to get around. Okay, so this choke point is once again still grinding on. This is where the majority of this battle is going to be. Trying to send the Olog-hai through to break up this line. Really a good move. This is what the trolls are meant for. They're meant for breaking up these walls, getting through there. We can retreat them, because he doesn't want to kind of do more damage to his own troops there than our line, but we got my shield wall, we got the pikemen, we got the our men-at-arms. Also have some cards of Kazakh Doom. They're going to go in. I figured, hey, they have probably the highest armor rating out of anything, and they're upgraded too. So, actually no, the armor on these guys are so high I don't think they can be upgraded. So, they're just sitting pretty. They're going to go in. They're going to hold their own. we're still holding, we're still pushing. It's slightly advancing, probably shouldn't. I think that's a lot of his guys pushing the mines, pushing on the pikemen, forcing their way into this. I mean, we really do not want to leave the comfort of our little overpass here. Are we sending anyone else over here? Nope, I'm still holding true. See, look, he's going to be sending his pikemen over to hold off that choke point over there. I really much prefer just holding this choke point, but he was sending his guys over, and I'm going to do what I thought would be best. If he's going to commit his guys over to really secure this choke point, then you know what? I need to help my teammate. I need to be a team player here. I'm actually going to send my troops over to help him with this choke point, because if he's going to commit troops, I'm going to commit troops. It's not, you know, there's no fun doing this by yourself or trying to do this without without any help going against your teammates. So I said, hey, let's do this. I will eventually be moving my troops over. I don't know if I noticed his guys moving yet. As you can tell, this map is a cluster of just colors and arrows and triangles. So they'll eventually be making their way over, because I do choose to help my ally there. If I can spin this camera around safely with all these horrific edges. Okay, so now we're going back into here. We're slightly advancing our line. Probably not what we should be doing. Whoops. Okay, advancing the line. Get zoom into the line. Okay, there we go. So I think these are my Iron Guard. They're pushing forward. They're my Iron Guard. They're pushing forward. We're trying to kill off this nice little pocket of troops. I'm going to speed this up here because once again, this is another really grindy part of this battle. I mean, these siege battles do boil down into being battle of choke points, very grindy. Maybe not as exciting as the initial wave. I mean, the initial wave at something like Helm's Deep is far more exciting because you have so many more ways. Well, maybe not so many more ways in, but you have a ginormous outer wall that opens up into a field, so you're gonna get a lot of clashing there, a lot of open encounters. You have the giant ramp up to the main drawbridge door, or the main gate, if you will, Helm's Deep. That's always a fun battle, major choke point with all the archers over top and all the layers of archers raining down archers. So it's, and there's probably only like what 1, 2, 3, 4 true choke points in Helm's Deep, where this map is probably like upwards of 12 choke points if you really wanted to be a douche and defend each and every one of them, which is, all truth be told, kind of what I wanted to do. I was hoping to win, but ultimately these things do turn out to be on the favor of the attackers. But I figured there was a chance we could win, but it was real late at night. Everyone had to do stuff the next day, so I wasn't too sad that we let this go as it went, really kind of committing our troops, killing what we can kill. So my guards of Kazakh Doom and all their golden plate mail glory, looks like plate mail glory, with their shields, their blue shields, and their one-handed axes. These guys are awesome. I love these guys. I just love the armor design of the dwarves and of the elves. So for the two factions I've been most experienced with, I would love to get more experience with the other factions. I mean, I do love Rune, but also there's something just savage and thrilling about the orcs with their armor and their monstrous looks. And they really do a good job with, being kind of true to the movies, true to the character layouts. I sprinted up my Dragon Slayers here to really get part of this battle. Really forcing our way through. We got some Iron Guard coming up. They're a little tired, so I figured I'd just let them walk up. These guys are in shield wall, so they're going to be hard to kill. Trying to push them forward. We do only have like 2 troops here, but they're moving plenty around. Here we go. They have 2 more units in reserve here. They have all their cav. Ultimately, I think what they wanted to do here was break through this line and then send all their cav through here to the rounds of the other choke point, but we're not going to sit back and let them do that. So we actually have, it actually kind of works out being the other way. So these pikemen and my Dragon Slayers do work on this side. It's kind of weird how the units got split up. This one's kind of stuck to the side here. This one lone little orc battling a Dragon Slayer. See what happens. He's all bloodied up. Dragon Slayer's fine, not even paying attention to his blow. Stab to the shield. I'm not even sure if he's attacking or if he's not attacking, if he's just kind of getting hits. Yeah, it's just, look, he's not even caring. He's like, yeah, you can hit me, I don't even care. Doesn't even hurt, nothing but his flesh wound. Do your worst, you dirty York. Orc. York. Urk. There we go. And we have, of course, more archers because God knows they have them. And they're always going to use them. But this wouldn't be the best angle to use your archers in because you're probably going to get a lot of friendly fire. But so we're thoroughly holding that line. Let's go back to our other little choke point over here. See how we're doing. Since we haven't died yet, we're probably doing okay. We got some Olag High coming through, so I committed my Dragon Slayers really trying to take out these Olag High. Because they do have the best attack, I believe, minus the two-handed, axe units of the dwarves. They have a higher attack than the Iron Guard or the Guards of Cossack Doom. So I push my Dragon Slayers forward to try to take out these Olag High. And then they have these spear units coming in. Plenty of reserves from Mordor, from Orc Gold. It's kind of a fitting name for an evil faction. Would it be funny if they actually could have, golden artwork on the spearmen here, or on the orcs, Yorks. Now we're pushing forward. We're actually kind of leaving the safety of our little choke point here, so I'm keeping my Guards of Cossack Doom just in case, if and when these lines falter and we have to either fall back or they're gonna push forward into my guards. So I figured I'm gonna leave them there. Dragon Slayers pushing forward, taking kills, kicking orc button, taking names. We got the Dunedain Rangers, Arnor Men-at-Arms, pushing in, killing off some evildoers. But they just have so many reserves. I mean, look at all this giant clump. So they're sending more troops, I think, to the other side while pushing up their halberders. I mean, if you run in, they also have a Nazgul unit. The sad part is they have a Nazgul unit that they just really didn't have a chance to use, which is both sad on multiple accounts. Sad that they didn't get a chance to use such an awesome unit, and also sad of the fact that we didn't last long enough where they had to. But they're setting up these halberders, real good against armor. They're great for probably pushing through a line here, especially considering our line right now is nothing but heavy infantry. Got some bloody Dragon Slayers pushing through, keeping my guards the same. So we're gonna sit here, we're gonna fast forward this a bit, see if they can push through this line. This is such a grind fest. I mean, it was grind fest to the extreme. Should have sold tickets for Grind Fest 2016. First of many. Hopefully, what I want to do for my next replay, for my next multiplayer battle, if I can speak, would be to do an attack one, and I'm gonna kind of do what Apollo does, and but you guys, if you haven't checked out his channel, really check it out. It's really what pushed me to do all this. Really what pushed me into Third Age, pushed me into trying to do my own commentary videos. If there's a chance where I can't always hop on, I can't always get a battle, but I'd be more than happy to commentate other people's battles, put it online, get some people out there, get people's names in the spotlight. Be more than happy to. My email is included into my profile, and we'll set up a way to try to send in replays for people. Let's see, my Dragon Slayers are moving back. I don't know if I purposely moved them back. I think I did, because this is just a losing battle. So I think I'm trying to pull them back behind my Guards of Cossack Doom. They're going to be making up another line. We don't have any reserves there. He has some up here. We're pushing forward because we're going to say, hey, screw this. We're over. We're ending. We need to set up another line of defense. And meanwhile, this choke point over here, which you thought would really be such a hard one to defend, we're just going to town. I mean, I wish this could have been the whole battle, because we are just decimating this line. Anything they throw at us, I mean, between my Iron Guards, my Dragon Slayers, as well as, I don't know, does he have any more pikemen standing? Yeah, he has some standing. So between the 3 units here, I mean, they are just going to town on these Orc units as well as these Rune units. But it is, I mean, this game is definitely not balanced. It is definitely in. Wait a minute. Does this little. Look at this. You got 3 Serpent Guards somehow sneak their way to the other side here, and there's 1 Dragon Slayer battling them. Oh, that's great. Neither one's bloody. Neither one's landing some good shots. These guys just kind of standing around, not even trying to help out their teammate. Just going, yeah, you know what? He needs to prove his point. He needs to, you know, get his bones. He's a rookie. Let him do what he needs to do. Oh, no, got a good hit there. Another good hit. But, as I was saying, they really need to... I don't know if they really need to, but it would be nice if the evil units were a little bit more on the same level as the quote-unquote good units. They're just, I mean, if you look at the army comps or the troops you can have, I know they try to balance out the evil units by giving them more units, but I don't know. I wish they would just kind of make it a little bit more evenly matched. So you got Rune here. I think it's Rune. Yeah, Lord of Army. He just had one hell of a game. He did a really great game too. I watched his units just do amazing things in this game. So major shout out to Lord of Army. He was one of my MVPs for this match. And we're trying to hold this unit, or trying to hold this choke point rather, with this whatever's remaining of my few forces here. I mean, these are definitely hard guys to push through. I don't know if they're in shield wall right now. They don't look like they are, but I wanted to have them in shield wall. So they're holding that choke point. I mean, look at this. He even had some of his, horsemen push through. I mean, look at that. That's really what, I mean, I know there's 4 units here. They only get cut down 5 units. But it's still insane that he actually was able to push them through, that he was able to actually run them through this choke point. Wait, how the hell did he... Wait, is he literally running through the wall? Yeah, he looks like he's running... Yep, there they go. Wait, I want to catch this. I want to have video evidence. Look at this. That is unlawful flanking. So hey, if you don't know, this little pot right here, it apparently is a free ramp for horsemen. And that really hurt us with the fact that somehow, some way, I thought he pushed through here, which he kind of is. I mean, look at them. They're just... We don't even give a crap. Let's just push through these guys. Who cares if they're swinging at us? So that hurt my troops a lot. I mean, they really basically decimated my line. Not in the way of killing units, but they just broke it up to the point where they let all their allies get far more attacks in. But the sad part is, these guards of Cossack Doom are going to pull their weight. They're going to hold the line even after all these cav push through. But this is kind of our last little line here. This is my general's right there. He's in the guards of Cossack Doom unit. We got 2 units of armored pikemen. They're kind of it. Where am I? Okay. So they push through. They're going to the other side. They're trying to finally break through this choke point, which has just been nothing but trouble for them. I mean, look at it. We've just destroyed them. And look, my Dragon Slayers, there's 96, 97, 62 Iron Guard. I would have thought they would be attacking these guys, but who knows. But, I was watching the other choke point, so I know we have cav coming, so what I'm ultimately going to do is... See, look at this cav. What I'm going to try to do is take my Iron Guard, remove them from this battle, set them up to go against this cav. So here I go. I'm going to reposition. I really want to make sure that this cav doesn't completely kill us. So they're going to go... It's not the best of line, and plus they're not pikes, so they're not the greatest defense against heavy cav or any type of cav for that matter. But they do alright. They hold their own. Lord Larmy, he's going to do some cycle charges here. I'm going to, once again, with every charge, I'm going to reposition my dwarves so that we can kind of battle these charges, these multiple cycle charges. But they're going to get all of their heavy cav up in here. And once they do, this is kind of, I mean, this is already for the most part over, but look at this. Guards of Cosmic Doom, they only have a few left, 25 left, but they're still eager, still fighting. They're going to be taking them out. They're going to be taking all sorts of guys out. They're going to be battling to the last man. And this is just about my last remaining healthy unit. And then my 2 units out over here, which are really, I really wish I could trace just exactly how many kills each one of these guys had. But some units had absolutely insane amount of kills. So they're pushing in. They're going to re-push in. We're going to push through this line. They're going to come back out because of Cav A. Example Cav A here. We're going to move this up to 6 speed. We're getting close to the end of this replay. I'm trying to make sure that this is a somewhat decent video, because hopefully by now, if you're still sticking around, this has been a long one, and it's going to still be a long one. I mean, at this point, I think the evil troops, or the attackers, already know that they're going to win. So, they're sending everyone they can. They're just pushing in. They don't even care if their men get slaughtered. They're just pushing through these choke points with whatever they have. Dragon Slayer's still holding the front line. Just going to town. There's only a few of them. Then my Iron Guard will come out here, try to take care of that cav, and any other cav that push its way through. My poor guard to Cosmic Doom. But look at this. I mean, this choke point is lost. I have one lonely. No, I was looking in on this before. Look, there is one lone dwarf. I actually saw that during the real game. He's still going. He is the last of many dwarves, completely surrounded by halberders, completely outnumbered. But he's still living. He's taking a beating. I don't know if he takes anyone with him, but he's trying. He's living. He's getting the crap beat out of him. And that's it. He's dead. But we did have one hell of a mess to clean up. I mean, look at this. All the death just goes along with this massive death hill, as I like to call it, or it's been renamed the Death Hill. So many dead on the walls. And they're done there. They're pushing through. They're gonna take out my last little dwarves that are actually, I mean, they did a hell of a job. They actually destroyed a ton of troops here, but they're trying to push through. My Dragon Slayers are holding their own. Got a pikeman still in there. We're gonna just sit here and watch this famous last stand. I say famous by what I watched them do. But eventually here it goes. They just get completely overrun. Can't deal with it. But we're not going to go down without a fight, are we? Got some more halberders here. Got some more heavy calves. They're going to throw everyone they can to finally take out this choke point, get the remaining part of their army out. And this is going to be... They're eventually going to all die, but it's going to be one hell of a battle. One unit is holding up this entire massive troops trying to go through the front. Other unit holding back all of these attackers. Like I said, can't speak highly enough of the Dwarven troops. Absolutely all stars. If you want a heavy infantry unit, there's probably not one better than the Dwarves. Look at everything they have to use to try to take out these dwarves. Not counting all the Dragon Slayers down here, which there's not even that many left of them. There's 24. They're fading fast. They're still holding this line. Okay, there they go. They broke. But there's nowhere to break into, so they're just going to get captured. Iron Guard is going to get sandwiched between. And that's really it for that choke point. And we're going to prep for the final charge. The charge of the Dwarven General, the Elven General, which is, I was surprised about. Actually, the Dwarves do show, or the Elves do have one more unit. So we have 2 pikemen here, we got our Dwarves. Let's see, let's wait for our Elven Brethren up here. I held the lines like, you know what, maybe we got this. You know what, maybe this one little choke point, we'll just completely outlast them. It doesn't matter that they've already destroyed 82% of our people and we only killed 60% of them. That doesn't matter at all. We're just going to sit here, we're going to prep, we're going to rest up, and we're just going to destroy all these people. Let's see, I'm just going to speed this up to 6, wait for the elves to show up. That kind of signals just about when we do our final charge. I think he was sitting all the way up at top because, you know what, while we're sitting here, might as well show you the glory of this map. I mean, Arnor did have a ton of his men up here, and he probably could have held out for a little bit longer, but we didn't really give him a chance to do that. I mean, look at you got the tree, you have the ginormous walkway. I don't know if you can actually use this door at all, but there's a door there. I mean, they did a great job with this map. Absolutely great job. Absolutely love it. Can't speak highly of this mod, or can't speak highly enough about this mod. But let's see. Oh, here's the elves. They've shown up. The elves have shown up. The last few units of them. There's 9 there, and then I think 15 there. I think he had his. That's not his general, but he had his general in one of these units. And some spears too. Let's see. Nope, nope. And we're sitting here, okay, we know it's over, this is done. We're tired, it's late, we want to go sleep. What are we gonna do? I think we said ultimately we're gonna wait and wait and wait. Here we go. Is he doing his final charge? No, no, he's not doing it just yet, not just yet. I mean, my general's eager, he's fresh, and that's about all we have going for us. So he's gonna start charging in. The elves are doing their last hurrah. Last charge. I think I'm going, yeah, there we go. I'm still in shield wall, so I'm not moving quickly enough. I'm going to eventually take off shield wall so they can really sprint in. But this is the final charge, the final stand. 2 lone swordsmen running in against all these Uruk halberds. They're the epic charge, the slicing, the dicing. Got some spear units, elves, everyone getting some. Then we set over the hill. We've got some more swordsmen, the remaining part of their archers running in, saying, you know, it's been great fighting with you men. We need to take this battle. We know we die, but we will take as many as we can before we do. Got my general unit coming over the hill. That massive iron shield of the dwarves, iron hammer of the dwarves, running through. I'm going to push them forward so they can get into this battle. I don't want them to wait around. Look at that. Forcing our way through, exerting ourselves. We're not going away without a fight. We're going to take as many of you with us as we can. There's my last little unit here. I got a few other straggler units rather. Like 3 or 4 units at a time. We're pushing forward. We're actually, you know, all that screaming means more ogres, because why the hell not? Not ogres, trolls. Trolls are far more accurate, and they're just gonna go to town on our lines. We have really nothing to get against them, to hold against them. Let's see. Some converters. I actually thought we do send their nasals up, but by the time they do, I think we do admit defeat and end. I'm just gonna speed this up to 2. We kept on screaming at Tren, hey, come on, let's just get this over with, we're tired. He's running his guys through, but he had all those guys up top. I'm just sprinting my dwarves, gonna try to take out this unit, going, come on guys, let's just not wait for the trolls to die. So they're killing. I'm trying to disengage my dwarves just to have one final charge. Look at that, they're running in. Charge, men! And he gets pulled back because he gets engaged already. Trying and trying and trying. Here comes his pikemen. Let's see, we'll move this up to 6 speed. Because we kind of already know what the conclusion of this battle is going to be. We got 61% of the guys. I mean, we have to factor in what they didn't use over here, but it still wouldn't be that much. They're going, they're fighting. They're just sending everyone against us now because why the hell not? They have nothing to worry about. It's already over. I think at this stage, as you can see soon, I think we already admitted defeat. We already forfeited. And this glorious epic battle, my indoctrination, if you will, into multiplayer third age. Whoa. You know, that time when you can't just move your cursor off the screen so that you can actually get some viewing pleasure. Well, this is the last stand of our troops, about to admit defeat because they really don't have anywhere else to go. I think at this stage, once everyone starts sprinting back, you already know. I think it's when we admitted defeat.
In the course of battle, but defeat seems almost. The enemy are badly blooded. They have lost half their men.
Oh goody, they lost half their men. We might be able to win this.
The enemy general has no honor.
And there it goes. They were done. We admitted defeat. We ended. Let's see, how do we... And that was it, guys. I was trying to see if they actually would allow us to see the unit kills. Let's see. Huh, interesting. No, I actually would have thought they would allow us to get in who did what and when, but nope. Sorry, obviously not. But I would like to thank everyone who joined me in that battle. It was a ton of fun. This has been Atomic Zero. Catch you on the flip side. Signing off. Bye.